Welcome. This is the Late Late Show with BT, where views with security and law are being provided to you, the public. It's been a while since I've done a show, and um, so and a lot has happened since then. There's been some good things, and there's been some not so good. Um, so we're gonna stay focused on the show. And today we are reading on Shape, March 2016, Food Network Magazine, March 2016, Cosmopolitan, November 2018, Time, June 18, 2018, and that's it for now. I was going to add another one, but we'll see how we're doing with time. So I've done their critique that some of the information isn't coherent. Well, I do not write any information that I share. It comes from the magazines that I share in the beginning, and then I just comment on them. So, and I don't read anything in its entirety. So it's bits and pieces of the magazine. So if you want the full article or the full what's on the complete page, and you may want to check out which magazine it is, and that's why I give the magazines at the beginning. Now, what I could do is share what magazine it's from, but I just lump it all together. So maybe that's where the comment is coming from, because if you wanted to get the complete article, you have to find all of those magazines. Okay, so after it just seems like that just doesn't do my show right, but I could do that. I'm not adverse to that. I'm not closed off to not doing that. So from Cosmopolitan, November 2018, with Jennifer Gerson, birth control. Will it become the ultimate luxury? When I was 16, I decided to get on birth control. My high school boyfriend and I were chomping at the bit to do the deed, and I wanted to act responsible. High five to my teenage self. Back then, for me, that meant taking the hill. And since I had less than zero intention of sharing my desire to become sexually active with my busy single mom, I hightailed it to a Planned Parenthood in a neighboring New Jersey town. A big reason is that I've had easy access to affordable birth control. Because while much of the reproductive rights conversation is centered on abortion, the Trump administration is also waging war on your birth control, the very thing that prevents the need for an abortion. Like me, 99% of women who have had sex have used birth control at some point. But that could all change, and it has already begun. Make it easier for employers and schools to refuse to cover birth control for any moral or religious reason, putting hundreds of thousands of people at risk of steep out-of-pocket costs. If that happens, birth control could cost American women at least $1.4 billion more every year. The message from the Administration on Birth Control is you're on your own, says a chief counsel at the Center for Reproductive Rights. The more you took off, the higher your chances of losing access to affordable birth control. So there's all these different um, boxes that they have here. Like I don't have health insurance. A guide to bright spots and danger zones. It was Maryland gets it. It was the first to mandate that state regulated insurers cover birth control even before the ACA. And as of this year, also covered vasectomies and OTC emergency contraception. Great states doing good things for you. Certain ones now require all FDA-approved forms of birth control to be fully covered by state-regulated insurance. On the rise, reports of pharmacists declining to dispense birth control because of personal beliefs. And six, they can even hold on to or return RX instead of referring it to someone else, potentially forcing a woman to go back to her doctor for a new one. For example, the pharmacist can reject you and force you to go back to your doctor to get another prescription. As of January the 10th, states in Washington, D.C. allow pharmacists to prescribe birth control, bypassing the need for MD visits. So they're saying that you can even go to your pharmacist in some states. Some states, including Washington, D.C., for birth control, you don't have to go to your doctor. Planned Parenthood is being targeted by a new law denying Title X tax used for free or low-cost birth control to clinics that refer or perform abortions. Beware the true cost. What you could end up paying for birth control if the Affordable Care Act is decimated and clinics such as Planned Parenthood are defunded. So the talk they're thinking about reducing or taking away funds for Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood stands for birth control. Birth control at the checkout. The best way to make politicians listen is to vote, says Don McGuinn, Executive Vice President and Chief Grant Officer of Planned Parenthood. So it didn't go into any names as to people who are not for it, people who are for it. But I have never used birth control for myself. Um, and but I've also been abstinent for like 18 years. I've been abstinent the entire millennium. I thought about that. I was like, wow, like the entire millennium I've been abstinent. I set up a goal that, I was going to be abstinent and celibate and wait until I find someone that I want to marry. And I wanted to have it be on my wedding night. So I've still kept that goal. And I don't know how long that goes. I don't know if I would ever find anyone in the church because it was going to be a singles conference and I had signed up to participate. But then it got postponed. So I'm looking forward to whenever they have that. I've never been to one before. It's called, or it's supposed to have been called 50 Shades of Single. In the church that I go to is St. Paul's Baptist Church by Senior Pastor Lance Watson. Currently there's 3 campuses. So yeah, I haven't really had a need for any birth control. There's no need for birth control for abstinence. There's only when you're sexually active. At least that's my opinion. Beauty tips. For hair that's a little bit country and a lot of rock and roll, spray on L'Oreal Paris Advanced Hairstyle Boosted Hair Blown Texture Mix with 5 bucks. So it's still in constant power form. No dream is too big. Model the behavior you want to see. How to be young and in charge. Break out the best flavor for your family's breakfast with new Kraft extra fair cheddar and Swiss made for eggs. Minus the thick, bulky part. So it's talking about Kotex. So I started on my period, and then the very next day, I'm like, well, I know it's here. Where is it? Where is it? It like disappeared for like almost 24 hours, and then it just magically just shows back up again. Jennifer Ashton asked Dr. Ashton, if you notice a big change in the consistency or intensity of your monthly aches, especially if this persists for a few cycles in a row, see your doctor to find out if stress could be to blame, or you should be tested for conditions that may exacerbate cramps, such as endometriosis. So thankfully, throughout my cycle, I haven't had the problem with cramps or menstrual cramps or monthly aches. Thank goodness. It just comes here and it's here and then the tissue at its opening is surrounded by muscles that helps it stretch and contract as the penis glides in and out and snap back to normal afterwards. And that's when acts getting looser down there after having lots of sex. So it's Jennifer Ashton. Lisa Freeman, wellness. It stems in part from 2 biological processes. First, drinking triggers the release of a neurotransmitter called GABA, which makes nerve cells chill out. At the same time, booze suppresses glutamate, a neurotransmitter that has the opposite effect. Now, getting back to baseline. While there's not much you can do about your body's reaction to booze and BCW, faster hangover cures like ibuprofen, probs, won't mix pain and anxiety. These 2 steps can help to pain, anxiety, or surprise. And of those three steps is this one. We attempted to block it out, avoid the hair of the dog. And they're just talking about when you're anxious and you're using drinking or what gives you that hangover. Lauren Balsamo, still in Constantine, November 2018. The former uses ingredients, usually essential oils, minerals to block body odor, while the latter uses aluminum compounds to plug your ducts and actually stop you from sweating. You may be sensitive to baking soda or essential oils, especially lavender, peppermint, and tea tree. Baking soda has a different pH than your skin, which can disrupt your protective barrier, just germs and food. While the lack of aluminum is a bonus for your white teeth, when mixed with your armpit bacteria, it causes double stains. It can be annoying on days when you're wearing silk. And that's about powder can reduce that effect. If you're not cool with wet tips for a big day, for a big meeting or event, it's time to go back to anti-stress cream. While trace amounts of aluminum can be absorbed through the skin, there is no evidence it causes harm. Lauren Balsamo. Sweaters don't have to be all three innocent. Cameron, 25, would put my hand on the wall and accidentally hit the shelf, which causes dust to get risky and a plant to fall on the bed. I guess that was one of her embarrassing moments. Beauty 53. Um, I circled that one because it made me think of uh, going to church on Thursday night, and the speaker, she was talking about the pain. She mentioned pain. It was like she was going back to 15. That's when her mom died, and that she's 51. You know, her mom died. She was experiencing pain from 15, but she's 51. And so when I saw Beauty at 53, it made me think about that. And I'm 49. And you know, it took 46 years to build the temple um, when Jesus was raised in in 3 days. The temple that he was talking about was the body, but it wasn't 46 years that he mentioned in John that it took to build this temple. And so I'm thinking I'm 49, 46 years in that quote in John, and now we got 51, and now we got 53. And I just decided in my late 30s and 40s about this show when I've already had a degree. So, you know, I got interested in shows after the degree, and I could have gone to school for mass communication to do the show to make it happen. And I think about that, and it can be a little frustrating because I don't know if this will ever happen. And I just started writing the book, which is titled the same name as the show, because I want to use it as a fundraiser and hopefully to put my name out there. This is my name, and maybe it can get into the hands of someone that can make it happen, or they put me on the right track, or keep me on the right track for it happening. Um, Yeah, so I just started that and I had to actually start over because I mentioned at the beginning that a lot has been going on since I've done a show. I lost my car and my computer was in there. And then on top of that, I was trying to do this show, but my backup computer comes out, so now I don't have a computer. So then I have to leave my location and find a new location that I could borrow a computer to use to do the show. So now I'm borrowing a computer to do the show and have to find space to do the show. So that's how it's been on the bad side. But the good side is the show I've connected um, recently with an organization called Friends for Recovery, which is a peer run organization, and everyone there has had to have had some mental disorder or mental abuse issues or substance abuse issues. And so I've been going there a week and I'm excited about these new feelings and I look forward to spending time there. And I always like places where it looks home. And it looks homey, it's like a house, even on the outside, even though on the inside, it still has roof on it. And that effect to it. But that's been a welcome addition to my life. And now we're going to move on to time. And this is June, this is coming from the June of 2018 issue. So maybe this is a little bit better because it saves time to know which part of the show is coming from which magazine, even though I gave them all at the beginning. So this is talking about Toni Collette. And, the way that it will work out as an actual show, when I talk about certain people, when I read certain articles about certain people, then there will be opportunities for interviews. And when I have the opportunity to share certain things and advertisements, and that will be the opportunity for advertising and commercials. And when I'm reading articles, that'll be the time to share the meat and depth of what's going on. And even though I read magazines that's this year and magazines that's 2016, I always like to pick things that have a certain timeless to it, things that kind of don't go out of style. They're still relevant. Issues that's still relevant. Weight loss is still relevant. I'm not a very trendy person, so I kind of, that's why it doesn't bother me to it being 2018 and to read something from 2015 or 2012. As long as it's still relevant right now. So Toni Collette. And Toni Collette has played in roles such as United States of Tara, and this is The Sixth Sense, and this is talking about the race. It was more a case of trying to push it away until it was the moment between action and cut, resisting it and letting it out at the right time. The closer she gets to the truth, it's so unfreaking believable that it is quite realistic to react in that way. We certainly bring our own spirit into the world, but they inform who we are so greatly. But something specific to both the Sixth Sense and Hereditary is that they are not solely horror films. So this is Joseph Fink's soul, and he is meeting with Victor Trump. But the former Bush administration official was dropped as a candidate in January after voicing opposition to preemptive military action on the region. They want to come to a negotiating table and see how they can get that pressure taken off. This is just not an issue. Historically, to that if we are looking for women. So Joseph asks them, do you buy that? And Victor Trump says, people are entitled to that theory, but there's a very clear systematic approach using taking, which is to go full bore over the past 2 years in military weapons program. The best outcome would be not just freezing, but disabling and dismantling all of our existing programs on the first time form. But what we as experts think is best could have been a different from what President Trump thinks is best. Trump never has a bad meeting, so I think the atmosphere is an option to be okay. But I don't think there's going to be any comprehensive view. The South Koreans just don't want to go back to 2017. They don't want to be trapped in military and a military conflict between the U.S. and North Korea. And I think they deeply value the resumption of bilateral channels of communication that were closed under the conservative or the previous conservative. So of course, when we're talking about politics and president, that could be a different story because there are some things that are specific to one administration that isn't relevant to another administration. Walter Isaacson regarding Ellen Brennan dying. During her 72 years, yes, in the business, before her death on May 31st at the age of 92 at her elegant home adjoining her restaurant, she trained many great chefs, including Paul Prudhomme and Omar Velas. But just as important to her was the project of waiters and captains who commanded the front line and turning meals into celebrations. Awesome. So she adjoined her home to a restaurant, which I never thought of anyone doing that before. Explore the best of it with the viewer and USA, American Businessman. So we go from the bulletin to the brief with Jamie determined. Young women appear to be disproportionately affected by the overall increase. This increase has been substantial enough to narrow the well-established gender gap between the numbers of boys and girls who die by suicide. We need to be more connected and there for each other, Chat says. In the beliefs of views from the US and around the world. And shape, March 2016. Dip that bread in olive oil and vinegar. I never had bread dipped in olive oil and vinegar. But it sounds like it would be good with some garlic bread, like toasted garlic bread, and dip it in vinegar and olive oil. Welcome to the Body Shop, our new one-stop shop, our new one-stop guide to seeing fast results. With this latest hit workout, 6 moves are all you need to start head to toe and burn 222 calories fast. 222 calories. Can you imagine? I would like to lose. I'm not at 130 yet, but I'm almost there. Wait a minute, no. No, that's not right. I'm almost at 130 pounds. So I'm definitely at 100 pounds. I can stand to lose 100 pounds. That is a lot of weight. That's a whole nother person. My mom, I don't even think my mom weighs 100 pounds. Paris Beauty Age White Cheddar. The brainchild. Now, the brainchild of executive chef at Tree Restaurant at the Lodge at Whitlock in Holly, Pennsylvania, is add crunchy bites to soups and salads. The brainchild of chef and owner of Decker in Louisville, Kentucky, Nate Christmas. And the brainchild Brett, executive chef at Syndicated in Brooklyn, is visited the gluten-free blood. And that those are all different ways that you can use popcorn. I never heard of making grits with popcorn, but okay. Breading sounds interesting. It all sounds interesting. Add it to soups and salads. That's a Beauty Award winner. Allure was simple. Sensitive skin expert, Mr. Cleansing Water. So that's kind of like what I was looking for in Origin that had. Origin had a spray. It's kind of like that, but this is cleansing water. It cleanses, removes makeup, and hydrates. And it's time for the skin. Beauty playbook. A funny way to boost chemistry. Lots of mammals bond through play, explains PhD the study's lead author. Beauty right now. The active way to very still, to garner skin active. Impulse beauty amazing. The best snacks for your body. Get a trimmer belly in 7 days without innovative, no fail formula. Because we all want something that could make it happen right now. Like I'm thinking if I could just lose weight right now without having to go through all the time and energy that it takes to make it happen. Inside everybody are sorry professionals of the beautiful women. Find the bloom you need for your hair, you guys. Wow. So this is a tattoo that is the cover here on Shape head, and again we're in Shape 2016. March 2016, and it's I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. So if I have to respond, I am not what happens to me. I'm not the sexual abuse that happened to me. I'm not the physical abuse that happened to me. I'm not the emotional and mental abuse that I still have to combat up against. I am what I choose to become. I can be, I am what I choose to become, and that's a survivor of abuse in all forms. And I choose to become a peer to that survivorship. And I'm 41 and I am willing to stick it out until, like things didn't work out with the historically black university that I tried to get to. But I decided, that another undergraduate degree was not working and that I wanted to put time into a master's versus another undergraduate. I could do that into a master's and see what happens. And the only thing is there's no mass communications master's. So I found a school, now I have to be able to afford it and figure out how to pay for it. So I gotta see how I can balance working and it's an online program as well. So then to make this show happen. So I found I settled on a master's of arts in interdisciplinary studies. And interdisciplinary studies is where you combine two unrelated degrees and you put it together. So there's so many interesting, like the Master of Laws that they have is relevant to the show. Communication, business communication is relevant to the show. Worship studies, divinity is relevant to the show. There are so many degrees and you only can get two. So I have time because I don't have the money to pay for it. So that's where I'm at right now. I mentioned about going back to school and how that was working out for me. But then it stopped working out for me. And so that's where we're at. Embrace yourself and who you are because there's nothing sexier than confidence. Well, I've embraced that I'm not goal oriented. And I definitely don't see being wanting a show as being goal oriented because there's so much that goes with it and there's so much that I don't know how to do. And then the type of show. Right now, they're all male. All the late night shows are male dominated. And not only am I a woman, and I don't sell myself as being black, and I don't sell myself as being African American. Simply because, I see black as being a protected class, and that's why we have all of these historically black colleges, because it is. And um, and I just don't. I don't sell myself as being black. And as far as African American, I don't go in that one because I believe that with African American that it is not about ancestry. That an African American is someone that was born in Africa and lives in America, or was born in America and lives in Africa, or something with that nationality, but not that your ancestors are from Africa. Because what if they're not? What if you're just simply American? You know, what if you're Indian American? You don't know it. Or, well, I guess you can be Indian American. Or what if you're Indian and don't know it? Or what if you're South American and don't know it? So I just rather go with being American, go with being being of the United Nations, those type of things. So we went coast to coast and search, and now we're in the Food Network magazine, March 2016. And we went coast to coast in search of the best donut flavors. And what do you know? What stands out? Psycho Donut, Strawberry Fierce. This looks really good. If you can see this, and there's some other interesting donuts on here, but this one is really standing out. It has strawberry icing. And then what stands out is that they have these strawberries. They have actual strawberries on it where they freeze dried them. And then there's a poppy stick on it as well. But the name of the, and I'm just sharing one, but there's really 12 on here. But the name of the donut place is Psycho Donuts, and it's in San Jose and Campbell, California. Their website is psychodonuts.com. What to eat during the biggest month in college basketball? And they have a lot of different interesting clause recipes. So one recipe that we're going to share is the cheddar and herb box tea. It takes about 40 minutes. Total, it takes about an hour and 40 minutes to blend it all together. And of those of those instructions, you want to bring it to a boil, then reduce the heat and simmer to tender 10 to 12 minutes. Melt the remaining 1 tablespoon butter in a large non-stick skillet over medium-high heat. And again, for the full recipe, you can go to Food Network magazine, March 2016. Size of the bite of glass, inch of the bite of glass. That's what it says. Starts with a bite of glass. Ends with a bite of glass. Pull up a chair at our table. This is a healthy way to incorporate more vegetables into your daily diet. That's what I have today. And I tell you, I still have an appetite. I had a burrito and a drink and an empanada. Go behind the scenes of this issue. Travel with the best. Food Network magazine Space for Travel. Now with Melissa Ben Ishay. Leading her job in advertising is one of the best things that ever happened to Melissa Ben Ishay. Because if she hadn't lost her job in 2008, she wouldn't have needed to date nonstop to swell her anxiety. And she wouldn't have ended up with a multi-million-dollar cupcake empire all by the age of 32. You have to be willing to bet on yourself, Melissa said. And yes, of course, there'll be times. So evidently she makes really tiny cupcakes, and it's called Baked by Melissa. She has 14 stores, and she makes really, really small cupcakes. Did you know that table salt is the least expensive price per ounce type of salt you can buy? And we mentioned that about a week later during the snacks for NCAA basketball fans. Hold the breath. Another study found that reducing carbohydrate consumption lowered belly fat, even with little to no change in weight. So I'm gonna go here and see what we have in UN News. And I don't recall where we stopped at because I had to go in when I got back and pull up, look at so many emails and Spanish type emails and ones that weren't. So UN News I get from a newsletter that they send that you can subscribe to. And I just go in and see what's relevant to what we do. Not that all of it is relevant, but so I'm wondering how has that made it better? Has that made it more coherent by sharing the publishing prior to doing versus just at the beginning? Okay, so be the change, take daily actions for the SDGs. Be the change. We've heard that a lot. Like be the change we want to see in the world. And so that's what I've tried to do when I started doing the show is by being involved and getting involved. And I know since we've been doing this show that the market, I remember saying that I like the market of Babies R Us and those type of that market for this show. And they since went out of business. But I feel as though there is an untapped market when it comes to security and babies because we don't really think about their security and what it takes. So I think as by putting them first, even if we are adults, when it comes to them being in the world, I think that, it's kind of like financial recovery where, it's here, I think it's better. We say that, we kind of feel like it's better that way. It's feel supported and feel that. And that's how I feel about babies and that market leading. I think it's better that way when it comes to adults. And so young people are active partners. They need to have a seat at the table. So what about babies when, they're high chair or there can be a seat? Like one of my favorite movies is The Boss Baby. So I definitely started being ashamed of missing. Um, that's it for me news. And we do have some time where we can add shape January, February 2016. I have one more publishing that I could add. Because everything I use, because I really believe that publishing and books are very friendly um, to that genre that we serve. And so when we use them, it's just a natural, just being who we are, it just becomes natural to just care about how it impacts. And then it makes us better parents. It makes us better in the world when we're driving, they can't drive, and, what makes them different than the disabled? They can't drive and can't do this and can't do that for themselves. So, um, but unfortunately, um, when it comes to school and marketing, I mean, when it comes to school and teaching, there is no infant, there is no teaching for that genre. It's elementary or, you have to be a certain age to be taught. So, three best meals for weight loss. For me, one of them is salad. I'm sure we're gonna get to it and then in it. But for me, I like salad. I think that's good, and I like Taco Bell food. So I like the south of the border style food, burritos, the salads, the beans and rice. I like those type of foods, and I like soup. The best skin treatment you're not doing. Bread that's better for you in the big divide. Number of bacterial types that could be lurking in your sweaty lymph nodes. Plastic bags seal in moisture that promote bacterial growth, while paper bags stop growth to breathe, cutting down the funky air. So they're saying that, when you use gym clothes, instead of using plastic bags, use paper bags. And that'll allow your clothes to breathe with the paper versus the plastic because it feels in that moisture. Celebrating the best of beauty at the 2015 Shape Beauty Awards. The best skin treatment, not film. So I started a prayer group, and that's on Sunday. So, and I mentioned I started a new job. And I'm hoping, and I started writing this book. I had to start over. So, I have no idea what it takes to publish a book, to self-publish. So I'm starting to write the book, and instead, since I lost my computer, I'm writing it this time in journal. So, shoot. I think if you could lose 4 pounds, they said it's healthy to lose 4 pounds, 1 to 2 pounds a week. So you got 4 to 5 weeks in a month. That's what, 4 to 10 pounds a month. So it will take me about a year to drop 100 pounds. But I think I'm up for it. I just want to first saving people money since 1936. That's before the modern treadmill. I think what I want to first do though is get a schedule that is consistent. And I don't have that right now. So I'm hoping that by the time I that I finish this training, that I will have a steady schedule. But I signed up for a schedule that it could be anything. It could be A, B, or C. It could be first shift, second shift, or third shift. So then we're gonna go into Lauren Cohen, where she wants to share about shape and her shape. And her days on set can start as early as 4:30 a.m. and see the exercise Die Hard gets in a 20-minute sweat session beforehand, even if it means going to bed at 7:45 the night before. When I don't exercise in the morning, it's a completely different day than when I do. Explains Lauren, 33, who stars in the horror movie The Boy hitting theaters, district theaters, January 22nd. So this week that she's talking about, she was in LA and she took a pure bar class. Went to Burn 60, which is an interval workout class twice. Ran the track at UCLA, made it to the gym, and took a yoga class. I take the stairs, I do press ups between scenes, and I do sit ups before I eat lunch. My brain is hyperactive. I probably would have been diagnosed with ADD as a kid if that had been a thing back then. I once read a book that said eating with friends is good for your brain and your digestion. So she said that eating with friends is better for your brain than eating alone. Well, when I leave here, I'm gonna eat alone. But yesterday I ate with friends, went to recovery, we celebrated October birthday, and we had pizza and cheesecake. It was awesome. And like, who wants a show where you're a friend of for recovery here? I'm not a comedian. I'm not. Um, that's not who I am. I don't have my undergrad in mass communications where I don't have a hit radio show. It's just me seeing something that I'm saying that I want to do the change that I see in the world. And this is how I see the world. I see the world differently with me doing a late night show. Me. And our Outer Network Spotlight is introducing Beyond Wild, inspired by instinct. And our Outer Network Spotlight is Beyond Wild. And they have cat food and dog food. So this is gonna late show with you. Bye. And I don't want to end it. I don't want to just end it like that because I went into talking about me, and this is what I have to offer, and getting involved and being the change that you want to see in the world. And I do. I feel as though this show is that. And I've been listening to K Love, who's a Christian organization. I've been listening to um, The Message, which is I have a trial. I have a trial with satellite radio for until January 2019. So after the next couple of months, I can listen to the satellite radio's Christian Fiction, The Message, which has been really good. I've even considered taking a drive just so I can listen to the station because it has so captivated me and it's so awesome. Which reminds me, I might take a drive to Kingston and they have their winter fest this year. So instead of closing up like which they would do at the end of October, when would be their Halloween haunt. They're opening in November and December as well. So that has been that. This will be the first time, the first year for that, so it's going to be awesome. So again, just being the change that we want to see in the world. And if anything that I've said has caused you to Transfer Recovery has a website, caused you to want to know more and do more. Shape has their website, Cosmopolitan has their website, and Time, of course. Then it's all for the better. And I hope you will be blessed. I hope to be blessed as well. And this is the way you'll share with you too.